comes back multiplied. Amen. So you got to trust the Lord. Sometimes it's not traditional. There is no Christian book you can read to tell you how it's supposed to work out. Come on. There is no counselor. You go to the counselor, it gets worse. I'm not saying don't go to counselors. I'm saying sometimes there's a season where you can't go to nobody. Can I talk to somebody? You're in a season you can't go to nobody. Oh, yeah. I tried to get a counselor. Yeah, I need a prophetic counselor. I sat in his office. He said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Yeah, well, I moved in the spirit last night and I saw this and then this happened in my house." And he said, "Say what?" He said, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "Well, I'm a prophet." I said, "What does that mean?" He said, "What's your problem?" I said, I told him everything that was going wrong. He didn't know what to say. It didn't make no sense to him. He didn't even understand. He didn't even understand my language. Sometimes when there's no counselor you can go to, you need to go to the counselor. Now, I'm not saying counseling is something counseling can be good for you in the season that you're supposed to get it. Amen. Let me tell you when counseling is good. Counseling is good when you get your spiritual stuff in order. Amen. Do you know why? Because the Spirit is the foundation. When you get your spiritual stuff in order, it's a foundation, meaning God's the spiritual things are coming together first, and then the spiritual things have to find their way through the soul. That's the mental, the area that needs counsel. The spiritual things have to find their way through the soul. Somebody say through the soul. So if you haven't met with the counselor yet, counseling won't help you. Somebody say meet with the counselor. Jesus is the foundation. Come on. He's the counselor. That's why some folk, they come, they need help. And I say, you don't need counseling. You need Jesus. You don't need another man or woman to talk to you. You don't need to sit down on another couch. You need Jesus. You need to go lay down on the altar. And then when you get up off the altar and you got Jesus together, now you can go to counseling. Because counseling will help you to help what's coming from the Spirit through the soul. You still have to express your life. You still have to find expression with what Jesus is giving you. And you still have to manage your soul realm. Amen. You manage what's coming through your soul. You can't manage what's binding your soul. Do you see that? You need deliverance. You hear what I'm saying? Let me give you an example. It always begins in the spirit. If your spirit is not founded, then you'll continue to go through the same cycle of struggle. If your spirit is not founded, the minute that your spirit gets founded, then now you have something to give. So now what you're trying to give from your spirit through your soul, it has to come through your soul. If your soul is broken, it can't express what your spirit holds. So even if Jesus himself gave you something, if your soul is broken, you can't express what Jesus gave. Let me help you. Let me help you today. If Jesus gave you something, you can't express it through your soul because your soul is broken. Now, it has to go through 3 places or 2. It has to come from the spirit through the soul, and it has to come through the body. Do you see that?